Hey everyone, we got some fantastic news this morning about Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D remake that I'm so happy to share with you guys. If you like JRPGs, Dragon Quest, top 10 videos, reviews, podcasts, all that good stuff, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications to all so you don't miss the next video. Now let's begin. Alright, we've finally got an official announcement for Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D remake. Not only that, we've got a new character. Let me know in the comments right now before I tell you who I think the new character is, but let's get on with it. So basically, the game looks very similar to Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake. I mean, of course it does. It's going to be the same engine. They're likely working on it at the exact same time that they were working on Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake. This game looks phenomenal, just like Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake did. I can't wait to get my hands on this. I've been looking forward to this more than Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake. I mean, the potential is absolutely through the roof. There already is very, very good versions of Dragon Quest 3 out there and have been before Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake came out. I mean, 3 HD2D remake is the best one, don't get me wrong, but the Super Famicom version of Dragon Quest 3 was absolutely phenomenal. And Dragon Quest 1 and 2 haven't really got anything like that. Like, they have gotten remakes on the Super Famicom, as well as the, there's the crappy mobile versions of all three of them, but as well as the Game Boy Color, which are great, but they're not as good as Dragon Quest 3 on the Super Famicom was. These games, being so simple when they originally came out, have the potential to add so much. I can't wait to explore this world that was literally my first JRPG world I ever explored as a kid. You guys have no idea. Like, when I played Dragon Quest 3 HD2D remake, I scoured every square inch of the world because they had like those sparkle spots, they had like those secret areas, and I wanted to find them all, and I wanted to see all the differences and all the changes in this world that I love. Dragon Quest 3 isn't a game I played a million times. Dragon Quest 1 is. So you can imagine, just imagine my excitement for this Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D remake. Anyways, we got some iconic scenes. We've got like the Windbreaker scene where they're jumping off of the one of the, I think it's called the Dragonhorn Towers, to reach the northern kind of continent there. And of course, we got like the intro where Moonbrook Castle is being absolutely assaulted by the children of Hargon. Back to the new character, alright? So I hope you guys have told me who you think the new character is down in the comments. I'm going to tell you who I think the new character is and when they're going to join specifically. Because if you notice, like I said, the Windbreaker scene where they're jumping off the I think it's called the Dragonhorn Tower to reach the northern continent, that character is not there yet. So initially, when I saw the character, I was like, I was pretty sure I knew who it was, and then I was like, wait a minute, we interact with that character long before we use the Windbreaker to jump off the tower. But not necessarily, because I'm pretty sure I know when we're gonna get her. I refer to all the Dragon Quest II characters by their kind of country or kingdom for their names. So the hero I've always called the Prince of Midenhall because he's the Prince of Midenhall. The Princess of Moonbrook I call the Princess of Moonbrook or Moonbrook. And the Prince of Canik I've always called Canik or the Prince of Canik. Well, it seems like I can no longer just call him Canik. I really have to refer to him as the Prince of Canik because I'm pretty sure the new character is the Princess of Canik. Canik's sister, who is constantly ripping on him in the original games. I'm so excited to have her in the party. I've always thought she should have been in there, to be completely honest, because she talks about how, like, much more able-bodied she is than the Prince of Canik. And she's always ripping on her brother for being a bit of a pussy. And it's kind of funny, because this means that the game doesn't have to be incredibly difficult like other versions of Dragon Quest II have been, and they can still keep the Prince of Canik completely freaking useless. So we can still have a useless, true-to-form Prince of Canik, but the game doesn't have to be incredibly difficult because of it, because now we've got a fourth character, his sister, the Princess of Canik. And I bet she's gonna be what the Prince of Canik was probably supposed to be. Heck, they might even dumb down the Prince of Canik to what he was back on the NES, which would be hilarious and even more awesome, and have her ripping on him the entire game. It's just, the Princess of Canik is someone that all Dragon Quest II fans, or Dragon Quest fans in general who have played the classics, have always loved. They've always kind of been like, man, why isn't she in the party? And now it looks like she finally is. I love the Princess of Canik, and I love this idea of having her along for the ride. So now you're asking, Dookie, why wasn't she in the scenes that would have been after you spoke to her for the first time? Well, there is a story segment that was added in the Super Famicom remake. I think it was the first time that it showed up, where something happens to the Prince of Canic, and you have to journey to a specific location to get a specific item to get him back in your party. And I remember that part being even more difficult. As useless as the Prince of Canic is, he's better than not having no one. So I'm thinking that's when the Princess of Canic is going to join the party. I think they're going to change that segment up a little bit, make that little kind of quest a little bit more involving, and you're going to have to go back to Canic and get assistance from his sister, the Princess of Canic. So what do you guys think? And before we wrap this up, I gotta say, this game's coming out this year, which I kind of predicted a while back, but I thought this game was going to be coming out in spring. I think they wanted people to keep purchasing and keep focusing on Dragon Quest III HD2D Remake before they, like, release this immediately, and I think that's what they're doing. I think they're gonna let Dragon Quest III HD2D Remake cook a little bit longer, get more sales on that, and then once they have more people hooked in there, they're gonna release Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake. Like I said, it's coming out this year. It might come out in November, which was the same time Dragon Quest III HD2D came out, but I would like to see it come out this summer sometime, and then we can finally get some trailers on Dragon Quest 12. I think they're waiting because they don't want to split the hype between, like, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D Remake and Dragon Quest 12. So I think they're gonna wait until Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is out, and then wait a while like they kind of did with this, between this and Dragon Quest 3 HD2D Remake, and then they're gonna release a trailer. So I could see a trailer coming up near the end of this year if Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD comes out this summer. If not, 1 and 2 HD comes out at the end of the year, like November or something, like 3 did, and then we'll see something on Dragon Quest 12 finally next year, early next year, I hope. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like Dragon Quest videos, top 10 videos, JRPG videos, reviews, podcasts, please remember to like, subscribe, turn notifications to all, because your subscriptions really don't mean a lot to the YouTube algorithm anymore. It seems like you have to have your notifications turned to all in order for videos to even show up on your feed for the most part. But yeah, I love the support. I love the subscriptions. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We can only do that with your help, and I will see you guys in the next one.